That's big news for the Jayhawks. Mason, those were big. Made them both. Back to a one-possession game. Kansas put the trap on, but Hield and company get away from it. Now Hield stumbled and lost the ball.
How about that?
And Bill Self, still with one timeout, can draw something up with 14.9 seconds to go. A three-pointer would tie this game.
Watch Mikhailuk. He's going to pressure the ball. He's not going to foul, but he forces the spin, and then Buddy Hield just falls down. And hey, give Mikhailuk credit. This kid has had 9 DNPs, did not play in 17 games coming into today, and he's giving Bill Self some effort down the stretch.
Well, one thing I like to see when it's a one-possession game like that, if there's some time, if you have a little bit of a cushion, now with 5 seconds to go, you have no choice. You got to foul right away. You have a little cushion. Too many teams foul so quickly, they don't give the other team a chance to cough the ball up.
When what did we say about Bill Self in the preparation, right? The late game, you don't see if you can pressure. And Hield just, that was an unforced turnover.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good example of that preparation. Now Lon Kruger trying to get his kids ready to play defense.
Now you're really in a, this is going to be interesting because you have enough time where you're going to take the ball out where you don't need the three here. You know, if you get the quick two, that's okay too.
Kansas has been real good in close games.
But Dave, we also know Kansas has a play called the chop play.
Yep.
Everybody in America, every high school coach in America knows the chop play now. It's got multiple opportunities for a three-point shot. If you're Oklahoma, excuse me, are you prepared for it?
Because we're going to see it, you got to think.
We may see it. But I guarantee you Bill Self has more than one of these kind of plays.
Selden will be the inbounder, playing with a bad ankle. Been a long day for him.
Now, do you give the foul?
That's another question.
See, I'd give it right there.
And they did.
Okay.
And I think Bill Self is okay with that. Look, 9.4 seconds is a long time. Some teams don't want to use that foul with this. They want to wait till maybe 7, 6 seconds, somewhere in that range.
Well, here's what's going to happen right now. Because Oklahoma fouled like they did, if Mason makes these two, they're still going to press Oklahoma and then foul with time to get the ball up the floor. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Now, the key here is it's a 1-and-1. So Mason, these are huge free throws. If Kansas wants a decent chance at this one, you figure he's got to make these. Some confusion about, I guess, who the shooter is. Oklahoma maybe was arguing it shouldn't be Mason.
Well, there was a dribble handoff to start that play when the foul was committed.
So you are allowed to use the monitor in that kind of situation if there is confusion about who a free throw shooter should be. Yeah, I mean, the whistle blew before Cousins fouled Selden.
They got it because you got Mason. It's about 78%, 79%. Selden in the mid-60s, so they got it right.
And Mason wants to shoot these. He went right to the line and got ready to go. Front end.
For Oklahoma now, you must get a block out here. They did not do that in Allen Fieldhouse. Doesn't matter right now.
But that's a good point.
Yep. Kelly Oubre with a huge offensive rebound tip out.
Kansas is out of timeouts. 9.4 seconds to go. One more coming for Mason, who's played really well. He made them both. It's a 1-point game. So now the Sooners against pressure. They do get it in, and that foul, the whistle blows with 7.4 seconds. It'll be a very good free throw shooter, Jordan Woodard, to go to the line for Oklahoma.
Exactly. And you talk about a kid who not only shoots 83% from the line, but 3 state championship games at Edmond Memorial, 2 state championships, has always thrived under pressure, and by and large in his short career, 2 years, excellent at the free throw line.
I could be mistaken, but I think Bill Self was reminding Mason and Graham. I'll wait to make the point until after this first free throw. It's good.
I would just say this, Dave. If they go up 3, Oklahoma will foul again.
Yeah. And I think that's what Bill Self was saying. You can attack really fast if they're looking to foul you. That one goes down, and now a substitution. So Booker comes in for Thomas.
Right, they go small, plus they stop the clock.
Yeah. And now Lon Kruger, he's got those 2 timeouts. Kruger will use one of them here. Mason and Cousins sort of staring each other down as the teams walk back toward their huddles. 7.4 seconds to go. Oklahoma with those 2 free throw makes back up by 3. Time for our 6th man of the game, brought to you by Motel 6. We'll give it to the students today.
Well, they've been great. And we mentioned earlier, Lon Kruger has really done a good job of cultivating the student body. You know, there's still a lot of work to be done, but we saw them. They were here early. He gave out, and he and Joe Castiglione, athletic director, were here early giving out Cane's chicken today to a lot of the students that got here early. So there he is.
Yeah, that's what Fran was talking about before the game. Lon made a point of coming out of the locker room to interact with those students, thank them for being here. And they've been loud. They've made this a really fun atmosphere in a game where technically there's nothing on the line. This is the final regular season game. But don't tell that to these 2 teams.
Exactly. So now you're going to foul Kansas. Kansas is going to go to the line. And then we're likely to see 1 make and potentially a miss with the opportunity to get the offensive rebound.
Yeah, see how quickly Oklahoma gets that foul on. That could determine some of that.
Oh, I like this. They're going to go quickly and score. Look at this.
Mason, and he got fouled. And I think that's the right call. He's going to the line with a chance to tie this game.
Let me tell you what was so great about this play. When you use UB Brown's home run play, which is what this is the home run play, nobody knows how to recover back to their man, and Cousins fouls. This is genius, because if you dribble the ball up the floor, Oklahoma will give the foul on the way up. But because you throw it length of the floor, you put Oklahoma in a very tough spot. That, my friend, is coaching.
Perfect. Man, has he been cool under pressure in this game. He's got 2 more to come.
Now remember, Oklahoma's got to do a couple things here, Dave. Let's make sure that Mason makes this next one. Okay, those are pure. If this ball goes through, if you're Oklahoma, you want to push this ball as quickly as you can, length of the floor.
Yeah.
Kansas will not foul you unless they make a mistake.
Well, Oklahoma, Lon Kruger is going to use that final timeout and get his team organized. And do you like using the timeout now before the final free throw as opposed to waiting to see what happens?
Well, I would definitely not have called a timeout after the 3rd one. I would have got it in quick.
Yeah.
What Lon Kruger's doing right now is he's going to make sure he emphasizes that they must get the missed shot and the defensive rebound. But then he's also emphasizing, let's get the ball in quickly. 5 seconds, as you've heard me say many times, as you see Barb Kruger right there. 5 seconds means at least 5 dribbles or 4 dribbles and a pass. Okay, so I would get it in quickly and attack. If you're Kansas, the danger for Bill Self is he's saying do not foul, but get back to the lane and slow the ball down.
Yeah, it's a fine line. If the game is indeed tied, we have 1 more free throw coming. And just to sort of reset what's going on here in these last couple of minutes, Kansas has been hanging around, but this was the inbound play.
Now watch, because it's the length of the floor, everybody's stunned, and that's just the UB Brown home run play. It's catch to the big guy, and watch, just a little hook and ladder right here to Frank Mason. So you have no opportunity to foul Frank Mason until he catches it in the scoring area, and then you do not want to foul him. And that's exactly what Oklahoma did.
Then nobody was around Lucas. You couldn't get the foul on the guy who caught the pass before he gave it up to Mason. That was just beautifully done. That was a great play.
Absolutely. You will not see anybody do that this season in college basketball, that hook and ladder home run play.
So here we go. 1 more free throw to tie the game with 5 seconds left. He made them all. He's tied his career high. And now Oubre will sub in, so Bill Self did what Kruger did a moment ago.
Exactly. Now it's going to be in Jordan Woodard's hands. See, I wouldn't even ball screen here, and they are going to do it, but just get to the rim.
Woodard flips one up. The tip is good! By Buddy Hield! Well, what a game. They have to look at it to confirm, but Buddy knows that one's going to count.
Yeah, and you know what? They set a ball screen on Kruger. That's why he's taken 5 teams to the NCAA tournament. Watch the ball screen. This does free Woodard. And then watch Buddy Hield, because they have to collapse on the ball. Hield gets the tip in. They're going to count it. And this has been an incredible game. My hat's off to Kansas, Dave. They are true champions.
Now, I don't know what's going on here, because we thought we got word that it was officially final, but they're saying,
well, here's what might
maybe
have
they're
happened.
saying that there's time left on the clock.
If the ball goes through the net before the 000s, the ball is dead, which means Kansas may have another chance to pull a rabbit out of their hats.
Well, I think that has to be what's going on. The basket definitely counts. Yeah. Let's see if we can see when that ball goes through the net.
All the way through the net, out of the net.
Okay, still a little time, and still
right there. So
yeah.
It's .2. Now, we know this, okay? The only way Kansas can score is a tip in at the basket, which means they have to throw, by rule, .3 or under must be a tip in. Cannot be a catch and shoot. So here's what's going to happen. It's going to be a miracle. You must throw the ball 94 feet to the rim, and you're hoping for a miraculous tip. But let me tell you, more importantly, you're looking for a foul.
Yeah.
If you're Oklahoma right now, you cannot foul.
Well, it was Wayne Selden who made the pass on the previous sort of home run kind of play. So you got to think Wayne's going to be the passer once again, and it will be.
I predict that in October they put every player on the baseline to see who could make this pass, and that's why this guy has been chosen.
Hield's going to try to pressure Selden, and now it's over. Celebration part 2 here in Norman. What a game and what a win for Oklahoma. For Fran Fraschilla and our great crew, so long here from Norman. Final score in dramatic fashion. Great way to end the Big 12 season for these two teams.
We'll see each other in Kansas City, baby.
Just a few days from now. 75-73, Oklahoma wins. Now off to Chapel Hill, North Carolina for College game day.